Hi guys. Hi Janessa. Hi Donna. How's it going?
Good, how
Can
are
you
you?
everybody hear me?
Yep.
I'm on. Okay. Hi guys. What a Friday. I just walked Roger and there was like 7 deers at the end of my street. Side note. I know. Honestly, I just bought this house in May. I feel like I live in Cinderella land. They're everywhere and they're just over there eating. And I'm like, hi guys, oh my God. Kai's at my mom's. I was like, I wish Kai was here to see this.
That's
Adorable.
I love deer.
I know. They actually came to the backyard when I was looking at this house. And for me, that's always been like a sign. And I looked at my real estate agent and I was like, this is going to be my house. And then I got it the next day. So that's the story of deer. There is quite a few people who were signed up but were not able to come tonight. So I'm not sure how many I should wait for. I like to just jump into things and start it. So I might actually just do that. There we go. Okay. So for those of you that have already signed up, thank you. And I'm so excited. We have a really awesome group so far. I'm sure that we will fill it. I think we have 10 so far. The location is going to be at Shangri-La Yoga, actually. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful and conveniently right by Pretty Natural. So everything will be at your fingertips. It's going to be Saturday and the Sunday, 10 to 4. That's give or take. I'm going to be there early, so feel free. I mean, you're welcome to come a bit earlier if you want. I'll give a little bit of my backstory to this and how I've gotten here, which hopefully will maybe give you some inspiration or a bit of knowledge on maybe which path you want to take with this service. So my background is actually fashion design. I went to Ryerson for fashion design and loved it. I love sewing and got a minor in business. And then I traveled for years and I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life. And I didn't know what I was going to do with my life for a very long time. I decided I didn't want to be the editor of Vogue anymore. And I just wanted to be like a traveling hippie. So I went to India for about 5 years. That was not my intention. I just fell in love with the country, kept renewing my visa, started a small clothing line there, and used it to pay my way to travel. Then I went to Korea to teach English and Thailand and Japan because I just didn't want to come back home because I didn't really know what I was going to do. But I knew I liked the freedom of traveling. So I just kept staying far away. And then when I did finally come back, I got certified as a holistic esthetician and it reignited my love for skincare. I have loved skincare since I was little. I remember like old boyfriends used to make fun of me because I would just spend hours in the bathroom at night. I'm like, bye. I just loved it. It was always what made me happy. So I got certified as a holistic esthetician. I didn't really do anything with it because I was maybe 25 and it wasn't a thing. I'm 41 now. It wasn't a thing back then. And I didn't have the confidence. I didn't really know where I was going to take that. So I went back to school for holistic nutrition, loved that. I was like, oh, wow, this is it for me. And I opened up a practice and had a one-on-one practice for about 5 years, ran a lot of workshops because honestly, I love teaching. I love being with groups of people. It is truly what I love the most. Like teaching English, I didn't love teaching English at all, but I loved being there always with people and helping them learn, them helping me learn, and just experiencing that community. So after my nutrition business was called Refresh Health, and then I opened up Lunah Life before that, actually, I had a small skincare business with another lady. That didn't work out, but I loved it still and continued, changed the name, made it all my new recipes. That was called Lunah Life. That kind of took over. So I shut my practice down. But at the heart of it all, I truly do believe that the inside is a reflection. The outside is a reflection of the inside. Anyone that comes into the shop and asks questions about anything related to imbalances of the body, I always ask them about their diet, their lifestyle, their stress, all that stuff firstly. So I started Lunah, but this whole time I'm bartending and waitressing. Honestly, I've done that my whole life. I absolutely, again, love to do that. I love to just, this is, I think, also why I love giving facials. I love to create the absolute most perfect, like if you come in and you sit in my section, I love to know what your name is, know exactly what drink you like where you like your cutlery. I just want to do everything before you even know I'm going to do it. And that's how I feel like that's how I want treatments to be. I want, when you come into my space or your space, I want you to leave feeling completely nourished and taken care of without even asking for anything. Really, that's the bottom line in my treatments. I want people to just be completely wowed and not even know what just happened in that room because they're so used to commercial facials, right? Like clinically trained estheticians, and there's a place for that. But I want people to feel completely nourished. I want them to leave with glowing skin. I want them to feel lighter. I want them to have more space in their face, in their muscles, in their fascia. But I also want them to feel like their nervous system has just been reset for the first time in a very long time. Honestly, the amount of people that I have worked on that have said, I have never relaxed like that in my entire life. It literally makes me tear up because every person should have a chance to feel like that. And a lot of times too, people we really aren't touched anymore. And this is a very intimate service. And we just, our priorities are different. Our relationships are different. Oftentimes we just get busy doing what we do and we don't take time to nourish maybe the things that we should. So touch is a big thing in this treatment, and just it sounds cliche, but honoring the person that comes in and that is on that table. So where was I going with this? I went on a tangent. Yeah, so I was doing Lunah and bartending, and then I met Roxy from Pretty Natural through a friend, and we hit it off. And she was like, "Hi, I'm going to open a store. Do you want to help me?" And I was like, "Okay," because I'm a number 5, and I'm just like, say yes to everything and just try it once. So it was her and I. So we opened up the store, and it was just her and I for the first couple of years, and we had so much fun. And then as she grew, I was like, okay, I think you don't need me here anymore. So then I started Lunah full time out of my basement. And that was probably 9 or 10 years ago now, which honestly, I can't even believe almost a decade has gone by. That's insane. Out of my basement, and it was crazy. And then I moved to a little shop on Lorne where I just produced things. But at that time when I moved, gua shas, Kanzawands, and facial cups were coming to the forefront here in North America. And I could see that they were going to be the next big thing. So I bought a bunch, not knowing how to use them literally at all. No clue what was happening with them, but just thought I need these in my shop. So I was the first one for sure in London and area that had them. And as I learned more, I was like, this is amazing. And I felt like I need a new stream of Lunah. I wanted to be with the people again. It was a lot of me doing, like just producing. And as thankful as I was for that, I wasn't like loving it. I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. all the time. So I found a woman out near Chatham in a small town, and she was the only one that at that time that was teaching how to use these tools. So she actually came to London, and a group of us learned. And out of that group, I think I am the only one that is still really that is doing it. I think there's one other girl here that is doing it, but I say that because I was the only one in the group that was not an esthetician. I am not a like clinically trained esthetician. Like I'm a holistic esthetician, but very different than a Western a commercial esthetician. I don't know what else to say. But I say that because a lot of people are like, hey, do I need to be an esthetician, take this course? And my answer is no. It will help in the way of you will know some of the anatomy of the face and things like that. But those are all things you can learn. You can't learn to have a passion for this. That's just going to be in you. I just became obsessed. The first time I actually got to practice on someone in that class, I was like, this is it. This is my new stream for Lunah. Like, hallelujah, amen. I am so happy right now. And I finished the course, and immediately I didn't feel confident. I didn't want to charge people. The Virgo in me wants it to be perfect until I actually do it. So I did about 25 people for free. But that worked in my advantage because people were so blown away because these facials weren't being offered. Even, I think I've been doing it for 5 years now. This type of massage and using the tools and resetting the body and the skin, not just doing cleanse, exfoliate, mask, cleanse, exfoliate, mask the whole time. No one had really felt that. So everyone that came told somebody else and was like, okay, well, when are you offering these? So don't underestimate the power of offering your services at the beginning at a discount or for free, whatever you feel comfortable with, because it's all word of mouth. That is how everything spreads. Now, 5 years later, my treatment's completely transformed from when I first did it. And I now book out 2 to 3 months in advance. I have 25 people that come every month that have bought the monthly facial subscription. And I say that because I can teach you everything, but your success will depend on how excited you are about this and how passionate you are about it and how much you want to learn like after this. I will give you literally every single possible thing I know and teach you everything that I can and watch you and try to perfect what I can, but it can really only be perfected from the people you practice on afterwards. And I am going to promote everyone, and I want to list you all on my website and say where everyone else is offering these facials because it's such a blessing. Really, everyone should be able to experience this. But it really does depend on how hard you want to hit the pavement after, right? Like you can just do it as a side hustle and make some extra money on the weekend, or this could completely transform your life and you could do this full time. Like as of now, my store just runs on its own, and I now have a second business of facials that I now just do full time. But I have kind of built on things and gotten different certifications or just found mentors on Instagram that I truly love, and I just watch what they do and I practice it, and then I kind of make it in my own. So when I first started, my facials were 75 minutes. That was what they were. And I really only did gua sha, Kanzawan, and cupping. That's all I did. So I did about 20, 40, 60, 20 minutes of each. I had a clock and I would kind of time myself, but I always started with cleansing. So lighting palo or juniper or sweetgrass. I prefer those. I find sage a bit strong when you're working in a small space sometimes for people because it tends to linger, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. And then I always kind of touch their legs down to their feet just to get both of our energies and our bodies used to each other and just to help them calm down. And then I would just get right into the gua sha sorry, I'd start with the Kanza, then the cups, then the gua sha, because you don't ever end with the cups because you don't want their faces to be super red, because that's what the facial cups do. You want them to look like glass and be glowing when they leave. But when I first started, I would get so excited about the transformations that I would see that I'd be like, I'd have a mirror and I'd be like, hey, look at your right side versus your left side. Like, I know you're sleeping, but do you want to take a look at this? Because it really is really cool. As when we learn together, we always start on the right side and go to the left. So you'll see a lot of puffiness that's held here in the cheek and the jawbone just completely start to drain, and they get the cutest little dimple and cheeks happening, which is like, I just always have to show them, like, look, this is crazy, and this side is still puffy. So anyways, after that, I just kept learning a lot more of the massage and sculpting techniques. And now I offer different timed facials, but what was my gua sha Kanzawan cupping facial is now 30 minutes starting of facial massage and sculpting. And then I do cleanse, exfoliate, mask in some way, depending on what they need, high frequency wand, LED. And then I finish with Kanzawan cupping and facial, but that's really only like 20 minutes. So I'm just saying that because you can evolve however you want to over your timeline. Your clients don't know what you do, only you know what you do. So if you change things or you forget something or you mess up somewhere, they won't know because everything just feels amazing. That was a lot of talking fast. I realize it's 7:20 right now. That's how I am. I get really excited and I just go with it. Before I get into what you get with the class or anything like that, do you guys, anyone have any specific questions? You can either say it out loud or write it in the chat. Once I find this chat, there it is. Okay, so if no one has any questions right now, what we will get is the full holistic facial guide. So it's pretty jam-packed, front and back pages. So in this book, we'll go over all the tools, how to use them, the contraindications, so when not to use them, maybe who your perfect client is to use different tools on. For example, the facial cups you're not going to want to use on someone that has like a lot of cystic acne or a lot of rosacea, because that's going to bring a lot of heat to their skin and possibly make the condition worse. You're going to want to just cool it with maybe an herbal compress and a gua sha tool that you're just kind of pressing on them. You might use the triple threat or the liquid gold, something to just like calm that whole thing down. So we'll go over different things like that. I also get into some facial mapping charts in here, because I've always loved facial mapping. I've run a lot of courses about it to help if your client comes in and they're like, I don't know, I always get like a lot of breakouts right in between my eyes. Well, once you read the map, this is actually the liver in Chinese medicine. And the liver is, I mean, one of the biggest organs, the biggest detox organ in our body. And it's also the emotion of anger. So you could gently bring up a few of those things and see if they resonate, and then offer, you know, maybe you want a milk thistle tincture or like a burdock tea. So there's a lot of info in here for however you want to take your practice. We go over crystal grids, some crystal mapping. We do the face sculpting, nutrition stuff. There's as well, there is all your client assessment forms that you will have them fill out before the treatment. I do that all online and I just read it online. So that's all in there. We'll also go over some like Spotify playlists that I really love, which might sound weird, but I love playing like on people's forms. When they fill out their forms for me, I ask about, you know, tell me your top 5 feelings. And based on those, I will pick a playlist based on, you know, their chakra, maybe depending on what feeling that they're feeling, their chakra, or like theta wave music for them. So something just to get them into like a really relaxing trance. But I always kind of listen to it beforehand because I also want to kind of feel the beat. When you do the facial, it really is a dance. You you really are very fluid with your body. It's not a treatment to stay stagnant. Like I'm up, I'm down. My bed is quite high because I really like to stand up and move around people to work on their face. It also helps your back to not be sitting all the time. Now I know years later, my back and my neck are just like, now I go to the osteopath, the chiropractor, and try to get a massage sometimes because I'm like, God, my neck is killing me. So that's lessons learned. I'll show you some stretches you can do in between clients now. And then we're also going to have Jill, who works at Pretty Natural. She does a lot of energy work. She's going to help to open up the course. She wants to kind of give you guys some helpful tips and tricks on setting your energy, setting their energy at the beginning of a facial. What else? What else? You will get the triple threat and the toner, which are two things that I just always use on everybody. The set of facial cups, the Kanza wand, which is beautiful. This is a Ayurvedic tool from India. It feels so amazing. The nice thing about this is if you decided to do hand and foot treatments, this feels like a cloud in the middle of people's hands. And it's like that extra that they're not expecting. I always say, go the extra mile that no one else is going, and you will have all the return clients. So someone has a face mask on and maybe you just go to their hands and put lotion on it, because how nice is it when someone leaves with glowing skin and like really nice hydrated hands? I don't know, as a woman, I just think that that looks so good. I always do people's lips. I fluff their eyebrows with a little eyebrow brush because I just want them, I braid their hair. I just want them to look really perfect when they leave. And I want them to feel good. But always think about those extra touches that the other esthetician is not going to do, because people are surprised and they're thankful by the smallest gifts and the smallest amounts of touch that you do give them. Because most people are deprived of that kind of touch, right? And then you will get a gua sha as well. And then if you already signed up, you'll get a liquid gold, which will be amazing to use on any of your clients that do have inflammation, dermatitis, rosacea, anything like that. And yeah, we're going to have snacks. We'll have tea. You really don't need to bring anything but a notebook and a pen. I will have everything else. And instead of models, we're actually going to do it on each other, because I think it's important to experience what it feels like. So you know what you like and maybe what you don't like, what you won't do, or you can feel where a lot of pressure feels good and where a lot of pressure doesn't feel good. That's the only way to know the motions of your treatment, is to feel it and do it on yourself. Like I always include some hair and scalp massage, but there's some places on the scalp that just don't feel good with a lot of pressure. And then some places that do feel good. So over time, just perfecting, you know, the light and heavy pressures and the quick and slow motions will just make your treatment unbelievable. That's how we feel. Payment plans. Yes, people were asking about that. Absolutely. For anyone that's wondering about a payment plan, we can break it into 2, 3, or 4. It's totally up to you. And that is available via e-transfer, will be the easiest way to do that. You do not need to be an esthetician. We will go over some of the anatomy in the class when we are talking about the face sculpting and the face massage. And I'm going to give you some really awesome diagrams of the face. It's cool. It's just the face, like the skin taken off to see underneath, to really understand which directions everything lays, to know how to properly pull them apart, essentially, to relax that fascia underneath, to create space in the connective tissue and things like that. But again, that is also stuff that you could dive into more on your own time if you decide to kind of go more down that path. You can really take this any way that you want to. Anyone have any questions? Did I cover everything? Some people are coming from out of town and we're wondering about Airbnbs and stuff. So I will list that. I'm going to take a look just to see what's out there, what's affordable and stuff like that. Nail length. My nails oddly are actually nice right now because, well, not look at that. I got a manicure on my birthday. But this is why I don't get manicures. The next day they look awful. I'm like, when am I actually going to use nail remover to take the rest of this off? I don't know. But I was doing a facial today and my nails are never long. And I was like, oh, I wish my nails were shorter because I could feel that sometimes I was touching them and I hated it. So I would do it like a nice, like mine aren't even long, but I would do it shorter than that. Some girls were asking, so I would do it shorter than that. Really just be excited. Honestly, even though like on Instagram, it looks like a lot of people are doing this in this area of Ontario. I really don't think a lot of people are doing this. So I just say, as soon as you take this course, as soon as you finish it, or even before it, get your people lined up as to who you want to practice on. So I give you a sheet and I do ask for 11 clients to be filled out. And you really just have to send a picture of your completion to me of the sheet. And then I will send you the certification. So you're good, but get those people lined up before. So while you have that excitement after we finish the course, you're good to go. You finish them and you can start. So start thinking about your pricing. We'll go over some business stuff as well on my end. And this is evergreen, so I will always help you with anything that you need to. But even like, think about where you might do it. Is it a room in your house? It doesn't even need to be beautiful and crazy. Just have a massage bed. On Amazon, they are really cheap. I just recommend, if you do get one, make sure one end can go up and down. For anyone that's pregnant or has like back issues or anything like that. A lot of my pregnant clients like to be a little bit more seated up, which is a bit harder, but they do. So make sure you get one that lifts up and down, and just try to have everything set, because when you finish a course, if you wait too long after, then it kind of dies down. And I want you to get into it, and I want you to make money, and I want you to kill it. So get everybody ready. Get all your things ready. Think about maybe what you're going to call your business, maybe how much you're going to charge. Look around, see if anyone else in your area is doing it, and have those kinds of things ready to go. So you can also bring those questions if you have any to class. I hope that's it. I hope that I've covered everything. I think it did. Everything we're going to get, everything you're going to learn. And I had a couple girls asking if the women that currently have graduated have been successful with what they have learned. So I did May, June, and July, and we sold out of all those classes. I think half of them are doing it, and the other half, because it was summer, they haven't finished their practicals. But the one has just decided to move out to British Columbia, and she's now working at a spa there doing this, loving it. And then the other one already had a practice. And as far as I hear from her, her clients are loving her services. So I think your success depends on you. Honestly, I think it depends on you. I will give you everything I can give you, but it depends on how much you want to invest in yourself in this. And if you already have a current practice, this is such an amazing addition to any talents that you already own. And just remember that you can do anything you want. I feel like I'm talking to Kai right now. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Honestly, if someone told me like 15 years ago that this would be my life right now, I would not believe it. I literally would not believe it. I had no direction. I was just trying anything and doing anything and just waitressing. Nothing wrong with that because I loved it. But like, I didn't have a direction, and everyone around me was getting married and having babies. And like, I wasn't there. I wasn't doing any of those things. And I felt like really, I didn't even know what I had. I was like, I feel like I don't even have anything. And now I found something that I love, and I'm just obsessed with it. And I love working and being with all of you. And so now I have a baby. Like, who would have knew that I would have a baby now? That was never my plan, to have a baby. And now he's the best, and I love him so much. Him and Roger. Roger's right down here. If you have a dog, your clients will love that you have a therapy animal. Like Roger has never missed a facial. He will not allow me to not have him in the room. So I'm just like, if you don't like dogs, don't come here because I don't have a choice, basically. Right? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That's it for me. I feel like you guys are good. Are you excited? Good. Well, thank you. Thank you for trusting me to lead you on this. And thank you for your support. I am so excited to be with all you guys. Every time I see who's joining us, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. If you guys have any questions, obviously, from now until then, please email me or message me, whatever works for you, and I will answer you as fast as I can. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Okay. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thanks, you too. Bye.